Have you ever felt that knot in your stomach when an unexpected bill arrives? Or that feeling of being trapped in a job you don't love, just to make ends meet? We've all been there. It's a feeling of being powerless, of having your life dictated by your bank account. But what if I told you there's a way out? A path that leads not just to wealth, but to the deepest, most profound form of self-respect. That path is financial freedom. Let's be clear, financial freedom isn't about buying yachts or private jets, though it can be if that's your goal. At its core, it's about having choices. It's the power to say no to things that drain your soul, and yes to things that set it on fire. It's the ultimate act of taking control of your own life story. I want to tell you about a woman named Maya. For years, Maya worked in a high-pressure corporate job. She had the corner office, the impressive title, the salary that made her friends envious. But on the inside, she was withering. Her creativity was stifled. Her days were a blur of stressful meetings, and she rarely saw her family. She told herself this was what success looked like, that she was providing. But every Sunday evening, a wave of anxiety would wash over her, a feeling of dread for the week ahead. She wasn't living. She was surviving. She was disrespecting the person she was meant to be by staying in a situation that diminished her. One day, after missing her daughter's school play because of a last-minute work crisis, something inside Maya snapped. She looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the tired, stressed-out person staring back. She realized that by chasing society's definition of success, she had sacrificed her own happiness and well-being. She had sacrificed her self-respect. That night, she didn't just go to sleep. She made a plan. It wasn't a dramatic, "I quit" moment. It was something much more powerful. It was a quiet, firm decision to respect herself enough to build a different future. She started small. She tracked every single dollar. She cut out subscriptions she didn't use, started cooking at home instead of ordering takeout, and put that saved money, every single penny, into a separate account. It wasn't much at first, maybe $50 a week, then $100. But something magical happened. With every dollar she saved, she felt a little bit of power returning. Each conscious spending decision was a vote for her future self. She started reading books about investing, listening to podcasts on personal finance during her commute. She wasn't just saving money, she was educating herself. She was investing in her own capability. This journey wasn't just about spreadsheets and budgets. It was about redefining her relationship with money. She stopped seeing it as something to be spent on fleeting pleasures to numb the pain of her job. Instead, she saw it as a tool to build a life of freedom. It became a game, a challenge she set for herself. How could she be more resourceful? How could she increase her income outside of her draining job? She started a small side hustle based on her long-lost passion for graphic design. In the evenings, after her daughter was asleep, she'd spend an hour or two working on projects for small businesses. At first, it was just a few $100s a month, but it was her money, earned on her terms, doing something she loved. That income wasn't just money, it was proof. Proof that she had value beyond her corporate title. Proof that she could create her own path. Over the next 3 years, Maya's life transformed. Her savings grew, her side hustle flourished into a legitimate business, and most importantly, her confidence soared. The anxiety that used to plague her was replaced by a quiet sense of control. She was no longer a victim of her circumstances. She was the architect of her destiny. The day she finally walked into her boss's office to resign wasn't a moment of anger or rebellion. It was a moment of peace. She had built her own safety net, brick by brick. She could now walk away, not because she hated her job, but because she respected herself too much to stay. Financial freedom gave Maya the ability to design her life. She now runs her design business from home. She attends every school play. She takes afternoons off to go for a walk in the park. She travels not to escape her life, but to enrich it. She is present, she is fulfilled, and she is happy. And it all started with the decision to respect herself enough to take control of her finances. Your story might be different from Maya's. Maybe you love your job, but want the freedom to take a sabbatical. Maybe you want to start a non-profit or spend more time on a creative hobby. or simply have the peace of mind that comes from knowing you can handle any emergency? Whatever your why is, the how starts in the same place, with self-respect. Respecting yourself means you believe you are worthy of a life that isn't defined by financial stress. It means you are willing to make short-term sacrifices for long-term peace. It means you value your future well-being more than an impulse purchase today. Think about it. When you choose to save instead of spend, you're telling yourself, my future peace is more important than this temporary desire. When you learn about investing, you're telling yourself, I am smart enough to make my money work for me. When you create a budget, you're not restricting yourself. You're giving yourself a plan to achieve your dreams. These are all profound acts of self-respect. Financial freedom is the ultimate permission slip. It's the permission to leave a toxic environment, the permission to pursue a passion, the permission to rest when you are tired, the permission to build a life that is authentically, unapologetically yours. It's about looking at your life and knowing with absolute certainty that you are in the driver's seat. That is the highest form of respect you can give yourself. So, I ask you today, what is one small step you can take to show yourself that respect? Can you set up an automatic transfer to your savings account? Can you spend 30 minutes learning about a financial topic that confuses you? Can you have an honest conversation with yourself about what you truly want your life to look like? The journey to financial freedom is a marathon, not a sprint, but it's a journey worth taking. It's the path from surviving to thriving. It's the path to becoming the person you were always meant to be. It's the path to ultimate self-respect. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If this message resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content to help you build a life of freedom and purpose. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What does financial freedom mean to you? Let's continue the conversation.